Hey, welcome once more. Um, yeah, so from the last documentation I did concerning factory IO, I was able to document this process. Have a replay of it. So after which I documented how to connect a PLC, yeah, a PLC to an HMI. That was the honest I documented. So for today's documentation, I'll be documenting how to visualize this process. I'll be attaching an HMI to this whole process on factory IO. So I'll just go points. And if you actually want to me document, or if you actually want to me how I added the HMI, I think it's something you just need to look up on one of the documentation I did already. I'll just going straight to the HMI will be utilizing for today's on. Yep, I'll be using this HMI. Okay, start device wizard. No. So I'll allow you to set up, but I've even added it before now. It's on PC resources. I actually noticed this PC is quite slow based on the fact that I'm doing a recording on it and running simulations on it also. But regardless, we still move on. So for this HMI, I think we need to visualize the sensor, or visualize the conveyor itself, and probably the box also. Yes, those are the things we visualize on the HMI. Since from the scene, there's not like a start and stop button, so that will not be needed for our HMI visualization also. We just want to see the force moving on the HMI. So that's that. Let's wait this guy to add up. It's going to take quite some time. So this was the exact same setup we used the last time. So just in case you want to see how we were able to achieve this or how I was able to achieve this, you can check out the previous documentations also. Just to know the I think there's a way to put it. Okay, like I said, I like to so, so there is if I find that out. Okay, so I'll put it the way I was going to set up this morning now. Check it out. If I can set it, what's it? Yes, I first time I Yes. Yes. When close and factor to raise some resources. Oh, okay. I don't know if I paused the video, but if I did not, let me still resume. So that should be F6. F6. Okay. So yeah, the selected HMI as displayed now. So if we scroll down, okay. So scroll down, we'll see all of the details for the HMI, including our screens. So since we're doing a very simple setup, we don't really need to add more screens to it. Let's just do our connections to the HMI. Why this guy is loading? So go to device and network, connections, HMI connections, yep, network, okay, that's done. Let's go back to our screen. Okay, so on our screen, we have basic object elements and controls. So let's go for basic elements first. So for the HMI, we're visualizing when the conveyor is on, should we? Yeah, let's do that actually. So an LED, we use text to represent an LED. Pretty bad with designs actually, so I'll try to make this as minimalistic as possible. Okay. So after which we would also be needing a conveyor. Yeah, we don't have any IOs, we are not pushing any buttons. So a conveyor or an electric motor. Let's see. Oh yeah, lest I forget, some HMI does not have ability to carry to display some graphics. So you might go to a different HMI, let's say 7-inch HMI display, and you might see a graphic that you're not able to visualize on it on a 4-inch HMI display. But anyway, most of the basics display or graphics we need now are available for HMI, for all sizes of HMI actually. Mm, there's no response yet, it's quite slow. Okay, before we move out, let's select our boxes first. There's no visible carton yet to make it so out. Okay, can I just make use of this bucket? Just we find out something's on the conveyor actually. Okay, let's resize this. Looks odd. Let's look for a conveyor this time around and sensors. So equipment, conveyor, yep. Ew, conveyor look whack. Let's see, this one's a bit okay. Oh, yeah, this conveyor looks okay. We can select something else, nothing wrong. Okay, so that option was to make it come to the front of the of these other graphics here. So let's see if we can resize this. I'm not getting real response time. Okay. So what else do we have? Conveyor, the sensor. Yep. Let's see if we can get sensor. Yeah, these are sensors. So let's see. I think the sensor is okay. This is an indication of the sensor. Let's put it here. Then we need yeah, let's add the motor, an electric motor. So basically, if to get this stuff, you can actually just go through through all the folders to see any of them that fits you or who suits your needs. Get let's see technology. Yeah. Motors they're looking somehow to me. Let's check on the operation. Okay, these are way better ones. So let's use this blue. Sorry. Oh, restart again. Oh, okay. So after this one, yeah, it's quite good we have two colors actually. Just have that visually appealing stuff. Anyway, since we don't even have an LED or a lamp for the factory itself, I don't think this is also needed. We're just trying to repeat everything that we see on the factory on our HMI. Let's resize this. So group bring move backward. Oh, still not functional. Move backward, send back. Yep. Let's just hide the conveyor there. Then this one will also do the same thing. The reason for this is that we use one of the graphics to indicate the conveyor is on, then we use another, the second graphics to indicate that the conveyor is off. So this guy will use to indicate that the conveyor is off. That we use. So order send to back. Exactly. So ideally we're meant to even match the both of them so there'll be no gap or like visibility without it. But for the sake of let's say debugging on the likes of it, it's better we leave it this way. Even says speaking of which, oh you see, as I said, it's better we leave it separately. No, country Z. Isn't like that, yep. Speaking of which, this guy is not ideal. It's having the same matching color with the conveyor itself. Let's leave this guy. Let's pick up a different color. Probably a green. Let's use red. So we'll do the same thing, resize it. So before placing it there, let's add all of the details we need. So we need an animation for this particular object. So animation visibility, yes. Because we want to make it only come on when this guy is there. So it should only be visible when this tag, let's let our tag. So the tag we're selecting is the conveyor. Click on these three dots. Go to PLC tags from A to B, data output, conveyor, and so conveyor either is 0 or 1 state. So we have to edit this guy to 1. So it should be visible when this conveyor goes from 0 to 1. Yes, to signify that it is on. Yep, 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 yep. So let's do the same for this guy. So visibility. So when the same tag, what is around invisible, goes from 0 to 1. Yes. So let's push that now. Send to back, order, send to back. Yes. So our sensor, let's zoom off our sensor. Let's ask the sensor to go to the back also of the conveyor. Send to back. Yep. So visibility also, or appearance actually, not visibility, because our sensor will always be visible. So our appearance will target to the sensor. So you click on the printer tag and then it show you the small pop-up and select tags. So now we're using 3 time period sensor. So at what range you want to look at tamper with the appearance. So at 0, leave everything the way it is. Then once it's on, let's allow the sensor to the indicator here to be flashing to indicate that yes, this guy is on. What we're going to do. So yes, flashing that yes. I'm on. Sensor is on. Yep. Let's resize a bit. Okay. So let's see how far we've gone first. Then before we come back to this conveyor. So now for us to start this, we just use this icon here, start simulation icon. Okay, start simulation. For light compile, yes, it's compiling here. It's not compiling, start simulation. Okay, and open it up. So the blue icon is not visible, and since sensor is not turned on because our simulation is not on, it's not going to show blink. So let's start our simulation this time around. So seeing my scenes need to be start the simulation. Oh, I've not connected yet. Okay, connect. And see, menu even connected, it's already flashing. So when we start, you photo is not coming on. Oh, that's true. The blue one's supposed to even come on, not the red. Okay, so let's correct that quickly. So the red, let's stop all of this also. So I'm going to use power. So now the red is only coming on, regardless of when it's coming on. Need to fix that. Okay. Oh, is on the red one already. Sorry. Sorry, let me just read this guy. So I'll be able to isolate some. Not selecting. Let's just crash this. Sorry. Let me quickly check up what's happening. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, so visibility. So it should only be visible when this guy transitions from a 1 to a 0. Or better still, it should even be invisible. Sorry, from 1 to 0 conveyor. Yep. Let's invert this guy. No, what's invert this? Let's restart this guy and see first. Sometimes I do get confused with all of those things. Okay, compilation issue. What's compilation issue? Oh, we cannot go from 0 to 1. Okay. So from 0 to 1, then invisible. Yes. Why this guy? 0 to 1 but visible. Yes, I think we fixed it. I'm trying to move this guy down. Okay. Okay, so let's recompile and start once more. Compiling. Yep, start simulation. Okay, exactly. So now we can see the blue because nothing is working for now. So let's start our factory once more. Since my CPU drivers. Okay, so let's start. Mhm. Our flash is working. Yes. Yep. Sorry. PC is quite slow. Let me crash this. Okay. This for the blue one. Yeah, this blue one is functional, but the red one is not functional. Oh no, 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 no. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, this appearance, visibility. Oh, I think you can make it of one switch two different values. Yeah. So because as at this point, I want that to be invisible when switches from 0 to 1. You get then okay, visible from 1 to 1. Then this guy, yeah, this should be work. This should work. This should work. This should work. Okay. Oh, I forgot to make the placement one more time. So let's see. I'll fully loaded. That's gone off. Yeah. Go off. Okay, so we fix that. Then we'll put this one to 0 here. So let's close this. So change this guy from 0 to. So it means that from when conveyor is off to when conveyor is off, since it's going to give us, since we're getting a range, why don't have this from when conveyor is on to when conveyor is on? It's still the same thing. So let's change this guy to 0. I want this guy to be on from 0 to 0 to be visible, and I want this guy to be on from 1 to 1 only. So that's fixed. So if we notice that response time, we need to also fix the response time. So a moment on it. Yeah, so let's fix the response time. Connection. Sorry. HMI tags. Let me close this. Wait for the cursor to change. Okay. HMI tags. So instead of 1 second, let's do 100 milliseconds. 100 milliseconds. drag and drop just like an Excel. Override tag, yes, okay. So that's done. So let's close this. So the response time will be faster now. So for the movement, for the motion, so once let's for the conveyor, we want it to move, sorry, let's select the conveyor again. Then we'll do movement. So the movement is horizontal movement. So add new movement. Sorry. So we want to move from here to here. Actually here. So let's move this sensor back to horizontal movement. So, okay, it's selected already. I want to move from here to here. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So now movement is quite tricky of some sort. So this is the tag. So what tag are we going to make use of now? So movement don't make use of Boolean variables. Yeah, because it needs to like count increments 1, 2, 3, 4. So the more you need an integer action to be able to know what the movement stack is going to look like. So because of that, we're going to change or to tweak our program a little bit. So basically what I do is I do add the counter then with the data block also. So I'll come here. So because of that, let me group the project also. So add new group from it to be from A to just for organization sake actually all this is fine. Then move this guy here to the folder. Then add new block. I like to add the data block. I have to store my values. So I'll call it values, counter values. Okay. So now I'm going to now switch the project a bit. I think I can do some of these things here. Trying to maximize everything we have. Still waiting it to be to open. How is things still recording actually? Okay, it's still recording. Okay. So basically, what I do is this. At what point do I want to start recording? Or sorry, at what point do I want to start counting at what value exactly is what I want to track the movement from? And the value I want to track the movement for is the conveyor, the object on the conveyor you get. So I'm going to make it of the conveyor. So because of that, this conveyor start will turn to in out. In out, yeah. So the tag that is going to start my counter will be counting up. Yeah, so HB counter. Okay. So this will be conveyor, drag and drop. And maybe conveyor starts, it kicks up to start counting, and the moment it starts showcasing. Okay. Oh, sorry. Counter. Yep. So preset value, what's the preset value? This will be 0. As the value should start with, so 0. And the counter value, I need to store this counter value in a variable. So I'll go back to my counter value data block. Sorry. Go to counter value and yeah, basically counter value actually. It's not open yet. Oh, that's switched. Let's tap one more time. Okay. So we need counter value. So that CV that we are seeing that we're trying to create a data a value for now. That's we need a variable that's going to hold what value is here. So let's call it current count value. Just typing. This guy is not yet responding. Ah, I forgot to save. Please let's save. Please let's save. I don't traumatize. So open project, save as. Mm, let me see. Can't really recall where I'm saving all of those. Automation. Yes. So name this factory. Need to be with HMI with HMI. Let's save this. File save. So we have to have a copy of our file just in case the hyperter crashes. So current count value exactly. So the data type is going to be integer. Yep. And yeah, I think that's one of the things we need. So let's go back to the function now. Patience is indeed needed. Okay. So tap on counter values here. Should we populate this down view for us? Counter values, please. Okay. So let's drag and drop now. So of course, we don't need this guy to be resetting because if you go back, if we should visualize the HMI once more, we will see that you have a range for you. So from what you are you starting to what are you starting to. So using that to calculate how fast or how slow it's going to move the object visually. You get. So we don't want this thing to increment continuously. So we just do a branch out here and a comparator value to reset. No, you can carry on. Okay. Okay, so our comparator operation wants to be equal when is equals to something. I'm just dragging to dropping. So once it's equals to 20, it will click on it will energize the reset coil or energize the reset button. Sorry, it will activate the reset option you get. So once current value, which is this same guy, is equal to what exactly? So honestly, I don't really know. I don't really have a preset value to make this up. I just put a random number, check my visualization, put a random number, check my visualization. Because I'm sure that yes, it is at the value I need it to be. That's at my end, where the sensor is going to end, depending on what I'm applying it to. So let's use 20 for instance in this case. When it goes 20, you should cut it out. So let's go back to our screen now. So this is the variable we track this time around on the screen. So screen. Okay. So what's the tag name? Go to our function, our data block. Exactly, current scan value. So from 0 to what is it? We said 20. So from 0 to 20. This is the target position, this is the start position. So I think that's that. Yeah, so let's say control is very necessary. So let's restart the HMI. Let's re-simulate the HMI. Hmm? This guy, attention to detail, and I've shortened this. Okay, so let's see. Even the motor, I've even reduced it a bit. Anyways, let's see it work first. So since my sense, this guy, files, drivers, connects. Okay, as you can see, it has changed. The sensor is there. So let's start our switch. So, so let's see what's happening. Let's visualize our project. Since we're after this guy moving, I think we should just go to the account are working. Oh, I think for this guy, that's why it's probably yes, so I can see it. That's why we started this way of not downloading the new project for that. So let's download our new project. So good. That's just we even need to restart the HMI. I mean, we're going to see. So let's restart that. So let's see that counter is working. You guys clear. Who is really taking let's crash this investment. Let's crash for more system resources. Since someone crash our screen recorder. Oh, exhausted. Okay, so well, let's just go straight to the screen because I don't see this guy counting since the situation is not on. Let's restart the screen straight up. No, let's rearrange this first. Yes, that's the thing. Let's restart simulation. We are going to even stop it. It's going to shut it down on its own. I shut it down already. Okay, that started it up again. So let's start out. Before we start simulation, let's close all this space. We don't need them. We need system resources. Let's just close this. So let's visualize now. Count, that's only counted one. So factor it now. Seeing, we're seeing this guy, five drivers, connect. See, really counting. Sorry. Okay, let's stop this guy. See that our pocket has actually moved four. So we need to look for a way to make this guy continuous. So this is my first time actually doing movements. So yeah, so let's see. This is a timer. This one that does not have the this thing on it. You know what? Let's just use the other operation. Should we? What other thing can we make use of? Can we make use of timers? This for pause. This one delay. This one delay. Okay. Let's make use of the addition function. So we call this guy command by one and store it in this guy's still in this. And once guy is equals to 20, let's move operation. One guy equals to 20, move 0 equals to this. Move 0 to the value. Then another thing I miss is that just in case the sensor gets, well, just in case the actual or physical container gets to the sensor before our counter arrives there, we can also do that here. So we can also use the sensor to do the move operation. So do an on logic. Come on, open sensor. Still need to queue for it to work. Let's just hold on. Okay. So I need the normally open contact. Sorry, it's really close contact because our sensor is normally close contact. Where shall I to work with? Then I can copy this. Control C, Control V. Okay, I could actually copy. Then drag and drop here. Then change the contact value. Yeah, I think that's that for that. Once conveyor start incrementing our value. So once it equals to 20, reset it, or if both reach the conveyor, reset it also. I think that's that for. Oh, sorry, not conveyor. This should change to sensor. Let's attach sensor there. Yes. So let's see if there's anything we need to do here. Or may not be one. Okay, may not be one is still fine. So let's download. Okay, so screen one. Start our HMI. Oh, our HMI isn't started already. But yeah, since we've downloaded, we need to start. So it will to pull the updated data. The problem with the counter is that the counter is actually a pulse counter. So until it trigger from a high to low state, yes, before it increments the value it's counting. Okay, this guy is up and running. Oh wow, so 20 was quite small. 20 was quite. You see, it's bouncing back. Okay, so let's implement that value. So you now want to implement the value from just a single position. Okay, yeah. Never mind, never mind. Let's see, how many times is it reflecting? One. Okay, so let's do 40. Yeah, let's do 40. Let's see what happens at 40. Let's see what happens when this guy is at 40. That's quite fast. Can also put this guy on as a data block actually. So yes, best practice. Let's do best practice. We don't really have to come here over and over again to change this guy. Where's our counter value? Let's limit count limits. So it's also going to be an integer. And the start value is going to be 4 too. Yes. Space populate here, yes. Let's minimize. Now I can just go and go back to format to do. So now we just drag and drop this guy. Exactly. So let's re-download. Yeah, that's why I do like to I like to avoid HMI sorry conveyors display because of this. Although I don't know if there are other efficient ways to do this. There is I would love to learn actually. But currently I'm just documenting the process I use in doing it. Sorry initialize. Okay. Let's pop out conveyor one more time. One, two. Let's just cancel it. So we need to also update this value here. So I think there should be a way to okay no there I don't think there is a way. So we only be able to update it from this count limit here. I want this because we need to visually insert it. So select this guy. Exactly. I want it to just drag and drop this guy. There's no possible. So 14. Okay, so let's start our simulation. So unlike the PLC that you use this guy to download to a simulated PLC, you get if you push on this guy for HMI, it's going to think you want to connect to a physical HMI. So that's why you have to restart the simulation each and every time you want to run it. So it's compiling. It's taking quite some time to compile this time around. So compiling, it's allow with okay, it's on. So okay. So let's see what our visualization is going to look like this time around. So file drivers, yes, it's connected. So restart. Hmm. Should we leave it at that? That yes, it's still working. To make sure that it aligns properly, let's see which is a better option. Because as you can see, that yes, Well, let's remove it this time. Okay, we'll actually use a bigger number now, 14. Let's try 1,000. Come on, come on. Now let's try 1,000. 1,000 doesn't work. I think we'll leave it at that. Just to be sure that yes, we've actually seen how the whole thing comes. It's just your scaling that needs to change. So let's change this guy to also 1,000. Plus within a real project, I will not be doing this. Instead, what I'll just do is I'll just on the HTML, okay, maybe I'll even do it yourself. Let's see how it's going to look like. So on the HMI, we'll just be inputting the values, offsetting the values from the HMI directly. I'm doing this. But regardless, if we offset the value from the HMI, we still need to we offset the restart the HMI because we still need to change the values there. We'll change the guy to 1,000. Let's see. Do we change this one also? Yeah, we've changed it also. So let's recompile. Okay. HMI has not popped out yet. Oh, still compiling. Let's see. So let me moving well this time around. Okay, last trial. One last trial. From 0 to 1,000, let's do from 0 to 100 instead. And counter value, this would be 100. Counter value, so this would be 100 instead. So let's download the updated change. Downloading the updated change. Last trial. Scaling is actually a very, very wide thing. You know, I'll even look up some other more efficient way to do it than this manual method. So screen also change this guy already. So let's recompile. Okay, start simulation. That was quite fast. Or could there be an issue with 1,000? Well, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, simulation has started. Anyway, I just hope you get the logic of how I do it because basically I'm not trying to teach you how to do this. I'm trying to show you what exactly I can do. You get, and this is really taking quite a lot of time. Yeah, wow, 1 hour already. Okay. Anyways, so this is where I call it an end and light out, fam.